Hi, it's going to be a talking video. If you want, you can go grab your popcorn. You can just relax. Just put this in your ear. You don't even have to watch me or anything. Just put it in your ear and listen to what I have to say. First off, hi, I am Ronke Raji. If you don't know, this is my channel. I'm recording.
Oh, bye.
And I'm hoping that this will inspire you. So yeah, so I started with social media in like 2012, back when Instagram just first started. Like when I tell you Instagram just first started, Instagram just first started. And the thing about that was I was just posting on Instagram because I liked the photos and I liked having photos in one place, and it was just a really nice platform, and I didn't think anything of it. At this time, I was in college. I went to UMBC, the United States. Oh, hey, United States, wow. University of Baltimore, Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC. So when I went to UMBC, it's like every time I want to record, that's when my phone just starts doing dum, 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 dum. So I went to UMBC and I was in college, and I thought I had everything figured out. So I was in college, and after college, I was studying first year of college. I was in medicine. Oh God, I was doing medicine, biology, chemistry. That is what I was doing. But after I failed chemistry three times, I realized that that was not what I was supposed to be doing with my life, and it's not for me. It is not of the Lord. If you're doing chemistry, thumbs up to you, but I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I couldn't. So I went out of that and I started doing psychology. I guess I thought to myself, like, psychology and medicine are the same thing, and I've always wanted to work with kids, so I was like, all right, cool, bet. That's what my brother says all the time. I don't know why I say it. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me do psychology. So I finally graduated with a Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology. Insert clapping emoji here and insert clapping sound here. So I finally graduated, and I thought I had my life figured out. I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna graduate, and after I graduate, I'm gonna be like getting my own full-time job. I'm gonna get married. Everything's just going to work out in my life. Everything's just going to be prosperous. Everything's just gonna be beautiful. So I graduated. I didn't have a job for like 2 to 3 months, which was no problem. You know, parental pressure of like, okay, when are you going to get a job? All these things, which was normal. So I was kind of used to it. Finally got a job. I was a case manager. Now, that's really where Instagram kind of started creeping in slowly, because I would like be taking pictures of like my hair, taking pictures of my face, and my pictures kind of started like picking up on the internet. And I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like, oh, followers, woo, yeah, let me get more followers. Where the followers at? Come follow me. You know, so it was just like a whole followers deal. I remember that was around the time I was at 10K followers on Instagram, and I thought that I was popping. I thought to myself, there is nothing better than this. There cannot be in the life. No way. So I had my 10K followers. I was super excited. I was like, hey. But I didn't know that there was other things planned. So I was working this case management job. Thought I got my life all figured out. Thought I was about to get married in like 2 seconds for real, because you know, when you get a job, the next thing is marriage. That's what us girls think. That was not the plan that God had for my life. And it's funny because I was always very sad and upset and very depressed inside. I used to cry a lot. I would just keep crying. I would just cry and cry and cry. I was always really depressed. I was always in this like sad, kind of like mopey mood. I didn't really think anything of myself. I had like kind of low self-esteem, like where I was going, things like that. People used to kind of one up on me. I don't know. It was just really, it was a really tough time for me. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I knew I wasn't gonna amount to anything, and I knew that I was never gonna have any goals, because I had no clue where I was going with the whole psychology case management thing. And I've always been an artist. That's also something I should talk to you guys about. Ever since I was younger, I used to draw. I've always drawn. I've drawn over my school books. I've drawn everywhere that you can draw, you draw. So I used to draw a lot, and I used to think that that was what I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna be a visual artist, and in my mind I was like, yes, I got it all figured out, and maybe after the psychology degree I can do art psychology or something. So I kind of was on the path to doing like art psychology, trying to do a master's in it. I got fired from my case management job, and I remember thinking to myself like, wow, your life is over. And the reason why I thought your life was over was because I was like, there's nothing, like, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do this whole psychology thing again. And I got to a place where I had to start realizing that all my life I've done things for other people and what other people wanted me to do. And I kind of had to start realizing that I had to start doing things for myself and making myself happy. And there was something very scary about going out on doing things that you want to do. And so I got fired from my case management job, and this was 2 months after I just got my own apartment, guys. Like, I just got my own apartment. I just moved out of my own house, and I was just like, yes, I am an adult. Oh my goodness, this is about to be great. And I got fired. So it's like I had all these trouble of like, where is my money coming from? What am I gonna do? Because it was just that weirdness of like, wow, so you have all these followers. At that time, I think I was at like 40K, and it was like, I have all these followers, but there's nothing to do with it. And like, I tried to like maybe sometimes sell stuff, but obviously you can't just sell stuff. That's not how social media works. You can't just wake up one day and be like, I'm gonna sell this necklace for $30, and after I sell it for $30, 7 people are going to buy and it's going to pay my bills. That's not how social media works. Myself out of this, like, how am I going to get myself out of this rut that I'm in? So that's when I started trying to like do more social media. I didn't really believe in it because I wasn't really getting money from it. I was just getting like maybe, you know, people like knowing me, and I was getting maybe 1 or 2 makeup gigs here and there, because in my mind I thought I was going to be a makeup artist. Like, I thought that, okay, I'm going to open my own studio, I'm going to be a makeup artist, and that's what I'm going to do right now, and I'm just going to put my whole mind into being a makeup artist. And at that time I had a mentor who used to tell me like, hey, you know, you should do something that scares you. You should do something that scares you. And I just thought to myself, okay, let me plunge into this makeup thing. This is of God. Like, everything just felt right. I started to try to get another job, and that's where I now started trying to apply to MAC. I applied to Sephora. Both of them offered me a job around the same time. However, I just felt more benefit was in MAC, so I started working at MAC. And I worked at MAC for quite a long time, almost a year actually, and I loved MAC. I really did. However, it just seemed like we had to work every single Saturday, and being a makeup artist, most of your jobs come on Saturdays. So I was losing out on a lot of money, and that's really when my social media started kind of growing, and I was getting more like people contacting me for makeup, you know, different things like that. And it was just really hard for me to do that and have MAC as my job. And even though it was just part-time, 24 hours a week, it never felt that way. It always felt like it was like 40 hours or 50 hours a week. So I was just like, you know what? It's fine. I always thought in the back of my mind I was gonna quit. Like, I knew that MAC was like a stepping stone for me. It wasn't a thing that I was doing because I wanted to do it long term, become a manager and stuff like that. I just wanted to do it as a stepping stone so that I can get rent money, pay my bills off, and then be able to get money from other things I was doing outside, right? So that whole thing passed, and I got an opportunity to go to Nigeria this past September, and I just felt like the opportunity in Nigeria was something that God wanted me to do. It wasn't so much about the opportunity, but it was about going to Nigeria. I don't know what about that. And I kept telling my friends, I kept telling them, I was like, I don't know why, I just feel like I'm going to go to Nigeria this year, maybe in the ending of the year. I just kept saying it, like, and they were just always looking at me like, what is wrong? Like, why do you keep saying this? And I don't know, it was just something about speaking it into the universe. And then I got an opportunity to go. And when I went to Nigeria, it was phenomenal. I know that, you know, when I came back from Nigeria, different things changed on my channel. You guys saw a different side of me. I was like bringing out my accent. I was being more myself, showing my personality. And you guys were just like, wow, where did this come from? And it was just like going back to your roots. There's something about going back to your roots that I cannot explain. It's just like going back to where you came from, you know, looking at your baby pictures, being around people who know you, you know, even having a makeup class or a meet and greet in Nigeria was like, wow. And meeting all these other influencers that I've like looked up to my whole social media era, and like just being around all those people. This time when I came back from Nigeria, that is when I realized that my brand is like everywhere. Sorry, lights, so sorry. Anyway, my brand was like everywhere, and I was like, you know what? I need to focus on what I want to do. I need to focus on who I want to be. So that's when I now started being like, okay, Ronke, I know you like makeup artistry, but is that really what you're passionate about? And just asking myself that question made me realize I'm not passionate about being a makeup artist. However, I am passionate about posting every day. I'm passionate about talking to you guys. I'm passionate about the whole social media movement. So I was like, okay, who are you then? And that's when I realized that I want to do more influencer work, influencer marketing, working with brands to connect to consumers. That's what I wanted to do. So because of that, I started trying to brand myself as more like, hey, I do makeup on myself. Yes, I can do makeup on other people, but that's not what I'm primarily based off of. And that's why if you go to my bio, you'll see that that's not like makeup artist is not in there. I made sure that I started really branding. I made a media kit. I made my logo. I made sure everything kind of came in all around, and that's why I started my whole white background thing on Instagram, white background on YouTube, because I was like, my brand has to be more streamlined. My brand has to be more like, pow, this is me, this is who I am, accept me as I am. And bringing me onto my brand too, like bringing me, my fun personality on YouTube, and like trying to like translate that into Instagram too, so you guys don't just see me as this like person, you know. And I remember talking to somebody in the beginning of the year, and last year I did a vision board. If you follow me or if you are on my Instagram live, I have shown you guys my vision board before. I made a vision board. Everything was new. I was broke. I had 70K followers and I was broke. When I mean I was broke, I mean I had no money. And it was just sad. It was really, really sad. And I'm really being transparent here, because a lot of people just think followers amount money, and followers do not amount money unless you make it become money. And it was really hurtful, because I was putting in so much work and I was putting in so much effort into it, and it was just slow growth. There was nothing coming for me. And I remember in the beginning of this year, I sat down and I thought to myself, I said, Ronke, what are you gonna do that's gonna make people feel like you, like this thing you're doing is you and yourself? What are you gonna do? And I thought to myself, I said, I watched a makeup video where there was like music playing, and it was like really nice music, and it was really like inspirational music. It wasn't like the person was saying any inspirational things, but it was just inspirational music. And something just clicked inside me and was like, what if you start doing inspirational tutorials? Like, everybody is doing makeup tutorials. Why don't you start doing inspirational makeup tutorials where you're doing the makeup and you're doing the voiceover? And it was also inspired by my first video I did in the beginning of the year about natural hair. It was like natural hair slayage. So in the voiceover, I talked about natural hair, and it was the makeup. So I was like, what if I do like motivational things? So that idea, like, okay, what can I do for women, and what can I bring to the table? And that's when I started doing more and more inspirational tutorials. I started doing more videos on Instagram. I started being very, very consistent. I had a schedule on YouTube. I post Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. On Instagram, I post every single day at least once. And that got me places where I never thought I was gonna be, and it got me opportunities where I thought that it was never gonna come. And it's just like where I'm at right now, I might not have $1 million, I might not have thousands, billions of dollars. However, I have never been happier in my entire life. And the reason why I feel this way is because I found my passion and I went after it, and there was nobody standing in my way. I just chased after it so hard, and that makes me happy. That in and of itself makes me happy, because it makes me feel like, yes, I found my purpose and now I'm going after that purpose. And there's just a feeling that comes over you when you know that it is your purpose, you know, or when you know that this thing you're doing is meant for you. Oh my God, have I been filming with one earring the whole time? Wow, why is my life like this? I just really wanted to tell my story. If you guys want to know anything about me, if you want to know about anything about this whole story of mine, like how I felt in certain things, I would love to share it with you. So leave it in the comment section below. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe down below, and also this new thing of having to click your notifications, make sure that your notifications are on, so every time I post you are going to be able to see my video. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you got all the way to the end, woo, surprise, I'm still here. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week and you stay blessed in this snowstorm, because it's about to snow tomorrow, and I'm hoping that by the time this video goes up, it's about to be another Snapchat. I share a lot, and I also ask every Sunday what you guys want to see so I can plan for the week. So make sure you follow me on there. Have a great day. Be well, be blessed, and bye. I love you guys.